Hi, my name is Christina Durby. I'm going to talk to you today about journals, and I keep a variety of journals. My students keep a variety of journals in their desk, and throughout their classroom we utilize those. So I want to share with you today different ways that we incorporate journaling into our class instead of just doing so many worksheets. I try to stay away from just worksheets. Each of my children have a journal that they keep, and we decorate them at the beginning of the year. I take their pictures, and then they get to spell out their names with stickers and decorate with washi tape, and I use scrapbook paper, and so it's a very personalized journal. And then and it's the kind of journal that the paper is blank at the top and then has lines for writing. This is for like kindergarten, first, second grade, third grade, or the grades I've taught using these. And so then the children can draw a picture at the top of the page and then write about whatever their picture is about. And some days we'd have talked about something in Bible, like if we've talked about creation, then they might do a picture that has to do with that day of creation and write about it. Or they may write about something we're studying. If we're studying a special animal in our nature class, then we might do that. Their favorite time is when we do, I let them have free draw. They can draw whatever they would like. And I have a whole box of books that they can use to pick their step-by-step drawings to help them. And sometimes those books, like Read, Draw, Write, have texts that tell about the animals, and then they can either copy or they can write their own messages from the material that they're provided with. So this makes a special keepsake, and they're drawing, and they really own these, and their special interests can come out. Another journal that we have is we call these our nature notebooks, and last year we had a little bear one, and throughout the year we were doing science and nature. They were drawing pictures and then writing about things that we studied in science. So here is a butterfly. And we did the planets. So I like to have them draw themselves most of the time, but sometimes we have worksheet pages, but to me this is much more interesting that they own it when it's in their book instead of just a paper that they do and turn in. Let's see. We were studying about the human body and bones last year, so that was included. But then we studied about bees. We had a lady come in and talk to us that was a beekeeper, and then about reptiles, amphibians, and we studied volcanoes. So this makes for a very memorable keepsake that they can take with them, and they just have it throughout the year. We also did an ABC book last year. I had a lot of younger children, and this is a miniature bear book, which is a blank hardback book. And then for every letter of the alphabet, they did a word, and it's all very personalized. They are doing the drawing and the coloring, and so it makes for a very memorable keepsake as well. Then we also do a large bear book, which is last year we had a 40-page one, I believe. So we had 80 sides of pages, and these were called our book buddies. So Ivan's book buddies, and they all got to pick an animal page, and then I had their picture on the back. And then as we read different books and literature, we would do different pages. I had quite a young class last year, so we didn't do as much writing or use graphic organizers as much as we might have if the children were older. But for different stories that we read, like this was Goodnight Moon, and this is Henry the Castaway. And so it's a memory of the different stories that we've read, the enormous turnip. And so sometimes I've found things online that they can use to incorporate and remember. And then we learned about turnips after we read about turnips. So it just makes, this is Paddle to the Sea. So these are just books of a book of all the different literature stories we read throughout the year. And so they have a special keepsake, and they can go back and they'll be like, oh, I remember that, I remember that. These are some of our Bible things that we incorporated in there. There was the disciples and the armor of God. So these are 4 different ways that I use journaling in my classroom, and the children enjoy having their own books, and they really take pride in their stories or in the work that they do.